taken to jail for saying something about the deceased Charlie Kirk. Here's a video.
And just to clarify, this is what they charged him with.
Okay.
Threatening mass violence at a school.
At a school?
It's referring to a school. I have no idea. That's what they've called us for, and I ain't got a clue.
I played on Facebook. I threatened no one. I know you don't give a
I ain't got a clue. I just had to do what I had to do.
I've been in Facebook.
I'm not saying you did or didn't do anything.
No, I did do, but I didn't feel like you committed a crime.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you did or did not commit a crime.
I may have been, but I'm
That's not illegal.
Oh, I have a background to give you. Put it up full mass here. According to The Intercept, Larry Bouchard Jr. posted trolling memes on a Facebook thread on September 21st about a vigil for Charlie Kirk, and he's been in a Tennessee jail ever since. Now see, Larry about to get paid. I'm going to tell you why. The meme in question is this. We have to get over it. Yeah, that's the meme in question, ladies and gentlemen. The post had gotten the attention of Perry County Sheriff Nick Weems. You see, Nick, that is the sheriff. Nick, I'm telling you this, sir, because I think I care about you more than you care about yourself. You look like you just came from a cocaine binge. I don't know where you took that picture, sir, or who was in charge of your lighting, but please get you a new communications director, sir. This is not flattering at all. So the county sheriff, Nick Weems, an avid Facebook user himself, Weems had shared the information about the Kirk vigil on his own page a few days earlier. He had also posted his own emotional response to the news of Kirk's murder in September, warning about the evil in our midst. Quote, evil could be your neighbor. He wrote, quote, evil could be standing right beside you in the grocery store. It could be your own family member, and you never know it, sir. You're sounding paranoid, sir. Weems contacted his investigator, okay? Just under an hour later, in Lexington, Larry wrote a 2-line post on Facebook at 7:53 p.m., received a visit from Lexington PD regarding my posted memes on what's happening in Perry County. He wrote, the police had come to the behest of Perry County, he said, but did not elaborate. If he was concerned, Larry Bouchard didn't show it. He went back to posting after the visitation from the cops at about 9:48 p.m. Larry Bouchard shared a meme from a page called Blue Wave 2026 featuring an unhinged looking Roseanne Barr. Quote, many MAGA are claiming that Obama used the pressure of his office and the FCC to get Roseanne canceled just like Trump did to Kimmel, it read. Except Obama wasn't president in 2018. Care to guess who was? End quote. That's called a statement of fact, actually. It would be his last post that night. So at 11:15 p.m., police knocked on his door again. This time there were 4 police officers, one of whom was holding a warrant for his arrest, which had been sent from Perry County. Body camera footage obtained by The Intercept shows police following Larry Bouchard inside his house and waiting while he slips on his shoes. Then they handcuff him on his front porch, lead him away. Arriving at the local jail, the officer with the warrant unfolded the piece of paper. Quote, just to clarify, this is what they charge you with, he told Bouchard, pointing and reading aloud. Threatening mass violence at a school, end quote. Rashad Jr. faces felony charges for threatening a mass shooting at Perry County High School, even though Sheriff Nick Weems admits the meme does not actually contain any threatening words that led investigators to think it was a real threat. The case, Weems said, hinges on how some people in Perry County may have interpreted the meme that noted Trump's response to a school shooting in Perry, Iowa. Bouchard has sat in jail for more than a month, unable to make the $2 million bond set by the local judge. You already got to know this is corruption, and the fix is in. People are locked up for murder, don't even get a $2 million bond. The sheriff is interesting. Put him back up again. So the sheriff admits, he says, well, there's no threatening language in the meme itself. This is about the interpretation of some people. Well, you would have a point here, Sheriff, if we were talking about civil law, because civil law provides that allowance, meaning you can say something about another person, and it's not really about what you said. It is about the subjective interpretation of what was said about that person to another individual, meaning, generally speaking, would a person believe that this is negative? Well, if that's the case, civilly, you may be on the hook for something. But, sir, not only is it not contextualized in criminal law, you would have a hard time even landing that case in a civil court. Quote, this has everything to do with the guy coming onto a Perry County page, posting this picture, leading people in our community to believe that there was a hypothetical Perry County high school shooting that caused fear in our community. And we done something about it. That's how he talks, okay? He said, we done something about it, Sheriff Weems said in an exclusive interview with News Channel 5 Investigates. You are right, sir. You've done something about it. Opened yourself in your personal capacity, opened your investigators in their personal capacity, and your sheriff's office in its professional capacity to an upcoming lawsuit. That's what you have done. You are actively engaged in defunding the police, and obviously proud of it because you decided to give an interview, and I'm sure without any counsel present, just based on what you've said. News Channel 5 Investigates noted, quote, it doesn't say Perry County High School, quote, it says Perry High School mass shooting one day after, okay? That led people to believe in our county that he's talking about Perry County High School because it doesn't say Iowa either. We pressed the sheriff, but you also knew this was an existing meme that was already out there on the internet, correct? The sheriff agreed, yeah. Again, we noted. So it's clear he's not talking about Perry County High School. We knew, the sheriff said. The public did not know. Damn, put the sheriff back up. Sheriff, I'm now convinced you were on the cocaine binge the night before the interview. You just admitted, sir, that the police were aware that no crime has taken place. You said we knew that there was nothing illegal about this. But see, the people, well, guess what, sir? Statutorily, that doesn't override the knowledge of the investigator. If that was the standard, that means an investigator can say, well, listen, I knew the guy didn't do it. But see, all these people in the community thought he did, and so we had to go ahead and arrest him. Doesn't make sense now, does it? All right. It wasn't your best day, I know. Okay. News Channel 5 had one more question for the good old sheriff here. They said he done something. Quote, in your heart, do you think Larry Bouchard was threatening to shoot up Perry County High School? In my heart, he responded, I think Larry Bouchard knew what he was doing once we made contact with him or when law enforcement made contact with him. I believe that he knew what he was doing. And in my heart, he violated the law set forth by our legislators. Put him up, man. Man, you getting all these other folks involved. All right, so Weems said the arrest was also approved by the district attorney. He's done got the judge involved, $2 million on the bond. He got the DA involved. This DA signed off on the arrest, as did the judicial commissioner. Weems had been happy to publicize Bouchard's arrest at first. In the earliest news story on September 22nd, local radio station WOPC published Bouchard's mugshot along with a statement from the sheriff who said that Bouchard's meme had alluded to, quote, a hypothetical shooting at a place called Perry High School, according to Weems. Quote, that message caused considerable concern within the community, and we were asked to investigate. Yet, there were no public signs of this alleged hysteria. Once again, Sheriff, you sound paranoid, sir. That's one of the effects of cocaine abuse. I'm not saying that's what you were doing, sir. I'm just saying to you, you sound paranoid, okay? Nor was there much evidence of an actual investigation, just some cops coming to the house arresting Mr. Bouchard, or any efforts to warn the county schools. So you did not inform the schools that you believed had been threatened. Although the Perry County School District did not respond to messages from the Intercept, attorneys with the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression filed a series of open records requests with the school district asking for any communications to or from staff pertaining to the case, including terms like shooting, threat, and meme. In response, the director of schools wrote that there were no records related to Larry's case. Quote, the Perry County Sheriff's Department handled this situation, end quote. He wrote, meaning that's something they did on their own. You barking up the wrong tree. We knew nothing about this. That's what the school system has said. Now, I remember, ironically, what is this about? Charlie Kirk. But it's not really about Charlie Kirk, okay? Charlie Kirk decided to embrace the dark side. He decided to engage in a political back and forth that restricted individuals, that othered people, that said things like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. never deserved a holiday. That's what he said. He decided to be adversarial to Black women in particular. He decided to embrace the politics of restriction. He decided to no longer embrace the civility of engagement. He made that decision. Here's what's ironic about this arrest, this level of intolerance by government officials. The Constitution was actually written to protect your speech from governmental intrusion just like this. This is probably one of the most egregious, outright violations of constitutional law. So much so, the sheriff doubled down, and then doubled down again. Interviews and written commentary. Nobody's backing him. The school system isn't backing him. You got three human beings. You got the sheriff, you got a judge, and you got a DA who was all willing to do this to Mr. Bouchard. Guaranteed to come back on the powers that be based on the law, based on the rules. But they say they did this in the name of Charlie Kirk because, well, they believe, according to the narrative here, that you can't talk against old Charlie. Now, they will try to make it seem like it's something other than. Don't get distracted. And anytime somebody tells you that this is okay, I want you to remind them of Kirk's own words while he was living before he went to the dark side of this political game. Here it is.
America is a unique place where allowing the best ideas to win is both the means for progress and the essence of freedom. Threats to debate suffocate the air within churches and classrooms, spoil dinners amongst friends, and give unwarranted failing grades to college students and deprive American institutions of conversation. That is over, starting now on Debate Night. Here, all ideas are welcome and conversation is the point. We'll present two sides of an issue and let both points breathe. This isn't for the sake of winning an argument, but for exercising and thus preserving our right to free speech. America is not debatable, but ideas are.
Isn't that something? In the name of Charlie Kirk, these folks have manipulated people. They have manipulated the Constitution. They have manipulated the Bible. They will manipulate God in order to get their way. So please believe me, they are manipulating you today. This is who they are. And they utilize individuals, dead or alive, like pawns in order to express their own bias and hatred that was already in that damn sheriff in the first place, even though he took an oath to uphold the Constitution and protect your rights from people like himself. And those are the facts. All right, Senator, thoughts here.
This Sheriff Weems is an embarrassment to the residents of Perry County. They need to rethink him being their sheriff. The judge and the DA, I mean, Doc, this lawsuit is writing itself.
Yeah.
Mr. Rashad and whatever attorney, I mean, they have just handed him this lawsuit on a silver platter. I'm really having a WTF moment about this when I was listening to you. I write WTF. Trumped up charges, no pun intended, overreach, wasting taxpayers' dollars, and you hit it on the nail. What happened to freedom of speech? And my grandmother used to say, don't write a check your behind can't cash, but hopefully Mr. Rashad is going to get one big enough to bounce a bank.
That's right. And the more days he stays inside of that jail, the more they calculate lost income, lost wages, punitive damages, all of that accrues the longer he stays inside of that county jail with a ridiculous $2 million bond. We're going to stay on top of this story.